Say hi to the people. Come here. Come here. All right, sit. Good boy. Hi guys, welcome back to the Yoga Shack. I'm here today with one of my best friends, my hero. I know. What are we doing? So he and I were out this morning and we were running. He wasn't running. He was like walking while I ran really fast. But yeah, so that's why I'm a little late getting the yoga video to you guys today. We were out, it was so sunny. It's so nice out. I hope you guys have been outside or are planning on going outside today. But I am ready to do some yoga with you guys now. So this is going to be a gentle class, a full hour, and we will have some fun. All right, I'm going to put him back inside. And I'll be right back. Okay. Come on. Let's go inside. Okay. Welcome back, guys. All right. So I'm Rachel, your host here at the Yoga Shack. I put Hero back inside. I wanted to let you know we will use a few props today. So this is going to be, again, a gentle practice. We'll be using a strap, a bolster, and if you have a couple blocks, you can grab them, and a cushion to sit on in the very beginning. All right, so let's get started. This is just going to be a awesome welcome to spring gentle class. So once you're in your comfortable seated position, roll your shoulders back a couple times. Take a few drop away breaths in through the nose. Blow it out. In through the nose. Blow it out. And then on the third one, in through the nose, blow it out. At the bottom of the exhale, let the eyes close, let the shoulders settle down. Let everything go still. And begin to become aware of your breath, this natural breath. We're not manipulating it in any way, just allowing it to flow in and out. And notice if it gets stuck at all on the inhale and the exhale, if it feels like you're stuck in the breath. And that's okay. If you observe that, that's fine. We'll work it out as we go through the gentle class so that the breath becomes smooth and unhindered. So as always, as you go through the practice, doing things to your full ability, but always listening to your body for any feedback that says, something's not right for you, so that you modify the practice so that it is right for you. On your next inhale, drawing the arms out to the sides, up overhead, reach through the fingertips, palms together, exhale down. Same thing again, inhaling up. Reach up, palms together, exhale down. And then on this third one, inhaling up, exhale, draw down. Stop at the solar plexus, letting the right hand swivel on top of the left hand. Do you have a dedication for this practice today? Is there something you'd like to have for an intention for yourself? So again, this can be something really personal, something that makes sense to you, something you can really get behind. Bringing the palms together in front of the heart center. And let's begin with an Om. Letting the hands come down to the lap so that the hands are over the knees, and begin to circle the torso, using the hands to help guide the torso around. We're going to inhale on the forward swoop of the circle, exhale on the backward swoop. Swoop. Is that a word? Yeah, I think it is. Swoop. If it's not, it is now. Inhaling forward, exhale back. Excellent. Good. All right, reverse it up. Still, inhale forward, exhale back. Smooth out the breath. Equal inhale and exhale. Coming back to center. Now we're going to lean forward and back. So inhale, lean forward. Let the chin lift just ever so slightly. Exhale, lean back. Let the chin dip in towards the chest. And just continue. Inhale, rock forward. The hands are helping out here. You're using the hands on the lap to help support the torso, to help leverage a little bit as we go forward and back. Doing one more. Good. And then as you come back, hold here just for a moment, letting the upper back round. Come back up to your full seated position. Interlace the fingers in front of you. Press the palms forward, round the upper back. Let the chin drop in towards the chest. Stretch it out. Oh, come back up to full height. Bring your hands around behind you. Interlace the fingers behind you. Reach the knuckles back behind you. Open the chest. Inhale, drop the chin. Exhale back to your full height. And then we'll come around to the front again. Inhale, round the back. You're inhaling right into the upper back. Exhale back to your full height. Around to the back here. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, stretch open. Exhale back to your full height. One more time. Inhale, press forward. Exhale, full height. Hands around to the back. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale back to your full height. Good. Now coming down onto your back. Make sure you have room alongside your mat here. I know my props are a little close to me. So push them aside. All right. So coming down onto your back. And once you get there, bring the knees in towards the chest and just rock side to side to side. And let the head roll with you side to side to side. And any sort of emotional tension in the shoulders, begin to let it relax. Begin to let that go. Rocking side to side. And enjoying this rhythmic rocking that somehow is connected to your breath. Come back to center. Raise the hands and feet up towards the ceiling. Circle the wrists, circle the ankles. And then go the opposite way. Good. Now, let the feet come down to the floor. Clasp the forearms right up in front of the chest. So the forearms are not over the face. We have them right over the chest. Let the knees move towards the right as the arms stretch over to the left. The head rolls to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale the knees over towards the left. So the knees are like stretching to the left as the arms slide over to the right and the head rolls to the right. Inhaling through center. Exhale, feeling that twist, but also the lengthening that you're doing to each side. So imagine like the kneecaps are just growing a little bit longer in whatever direction they're pointing in, and the forearms are stretching a little further on an angle off into whatever direction they're going to. And you're going side to side in rhythm with your breath. So the exhale just lends itself to the twist. The inhale lends itself to the untwisting. And notice if one side is a little tighter than the other. So in yoga, we put our bodies in these different shapes so that we can start to feel stronger what's happening in the body, like where the tension is lying, where our emotions may have created this balling up of energy, of muscle and sinew, right? So we will notice it more rather than if we're always in a neutral position and not giving the body any sort of movement to it. As soon as we bring movement into it, things become more alive. You know what I'm talking about. All right, let's come back to center. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Left leg extends out onto the floor. The left leg relaxes. Don't worry about the left foot or anything like that. Just draw the right knee in. Inhale here. Exhale, let the right foot come to the floor. Slide it out. Slide the left leg in so the foot is on the floor as much as it can be as you draw it in. Bring the knee up towards the chest. Then clasp the hands around the shin. Pull the left leg in. Relax right at the front of the left hip as you draw it in. So that's the challenge, right? This area that we're creating more like slack in the joint. Drawing the knee in, we're asking it to relax a little bit more. All right, release that left foot to the floor. Slide the left leg out. Oh, so good. All right, bringing the right leg in. You're sliding it in the best you can. I know that the mat might get in the way, but just slide that right foot in and then bring the right knee in. Using your core strength, you're bringing it in and then draw the right knee in. And again, left leg is relaxing. Releasing that right foot to the floor, slide it out. Left leg slides in. Bring the knee in, again, using the core strength, and then the hands, draw it in. Oh, perfect, good. Now bring that left foot to the floor. All right, so we're gonna keep the left foot on the floor, just slide it out quite a distance from your bottom, and then draw the right knee in towards the chest. Circle the right ankle, and then go the opposite direction. Good, good. And then go the same way again, just reverse it one more time. And reverse it again. Good. Slide the left foot in just a tad more across the right ankle on the left thigh, just for a moment. Let the right knee drop out to the side. Take a full inhale here. Exhale and draw that right knee back in towards the chest. Now we're going to bring the ankle back to the thigh. Let the knee drop open. And then back in towards your chest. One more time. Right ankle on the thigh. Let the knee drop open. Back in towards your chest, slide the left leg all the way out, and now taking the right knee side to side. Just a couple swipes side to side, passing it from one hand to the other. Come back to center. Good. Place the right foot on the floor and slide it away from you, quite a distance away from your bottom. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Circle the left ankle. Going one way and then going the other way. Go the first way again. First way, second way. Reverse it again. Good. Relax your foot. Relax your foot. And then bringing the right foot just a tad closer across the left ankle on that right thigh. Let the left knee drop open. Bring it back in towards your chest. Hug it in. Bringing the left ankle back to the right thigh, knee drops open. Take an inhale. Exhale the knee back in towards the chest. Let's do that one more time. Knee, ankle to the thigh. Inhale and open. Exhale your knee in towards your chest. Let the right leg slide all the way out. Left knee getting passed side to side. The arms, the hands are just juggling it side to side. Oh, yeah. And you'll notice, right away as you move through this hip joint, is there any stickiness to it? Is there any adhesions that you'd like to breathe into? Maybe as you're going side to side, you even like to stop for a moment. You can give it even a little jiggle to the leg and then continue. All right. Okay, so now bringing the knee back in towards your chest. Big hug here. Bring the left foot to the floor. The right foot's going to step in as well here. And let the knees once again just drift side to side. We're not looking to plunk them all over to one side and plunk them to the next side. This is like think functional movement here where you can control the drop. It's not just totally going with gravity. We're just letting the knees sway from one side to the other. So that if you focus on the back of your pelvis, you can feel yourself rocking onto like one butt cheek or one side of the low back, and then you're rolling onto the other side of the low back, side to side. Coming back to center, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. As the knees drop towards the left, the arms will sway to the right. As the knees drop towards the right, the arms will sway to the left. So this is an extension of what we were just doing with the forearms clasped, but we're not going to bring the arms like as far in either direction. We're not looking to do something like this. We're just dropping over. We're looking to just get that cross body flow where we have this little twist in the torso and the head is following what the arms are doing. That's good. Come back to center. Reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling, all the way up overhead, or as far as your shoulders allow. Exhale the arms down to the sides. Inhaling, going up with the arms. Opening the armpits, opening the rib cage. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Good. Let's inhale up. Let the tailbone curl towards the floor. Accentuate the arch in the mid back. And then exhale the arms down to your sides. Tuck the tail a little bit. Flatten that lumbar spine. This is like the mid back, the lumbar spine, the lower back. We're letting it flatten out towards the floor. Anything below the rib cage, okay? That's your lumbar. Inhaling the arms up, the tailbone gravitates towards the floor, low back really accentuated. Exhale, down to the floor, tuck the tail a little. See what we're doing here? We're inhaling, letting the lower ribs even pop up as the arms come up. And then exhale, down, the whole lumbar curve flattens out to the floor. Up and down. All right, doing one more like this. Good, and then coming back down, 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 down. Good, hug both knees in towards the chest, rock side to side. Ah, yeah. Good. Now coming back to center, reaching the right hand up towards the ceiling, bend at the elbow, bringing the right fingertips towards the right shoulder, and you can even bring the right palm down to the floor. If this position of the wrist does not work for you or doesn't work for your hand, feel free to just have the fingertips on the floor or even have the wrist swiveled so the fingertips are pointing away from the shoulder. That's fine. All right. You can get more mobility in the shoulder with the fingertips pointed towards the shoulder, but do what's right for you today. This is what we're interested in, is that what feels like it feels sound in your body. We're going to take the left hand to the lower part of the upper arm towards the right elbow and begin to use the left hand to circle this right arm around. So I'm circling the upper arm around and giving it traction towards the wall above my head as I sweep through that upper arc, giving the arm a little traction. So what we're doing here through giving this little traction, this upward sweep, is we're allowing all these muscles on the upper back that hold our shoulder blade like in place. We're letting them have a little stretch here, a little movement. And going the opposite direction. Good, and then we're going to take it a step further, rolling onto the left hip as you let your left hand just rest here on the arm as you roll over onto the left hip. So it's like you're bringing the arm a little bit further up overhead and then rolling onto your back again. So again, we're pressing with that left hand as if the forearm could go right up to that wall above your head or whatever's above your head, and then rolling back onto your back again. And one more time. Oh, that's good. All right, then coming onto the back again. Good. Release the right hand, shake out the forearm, shake out the wrist. Let the arm come all the way down to the side. Relax both arms just for a moment and see if you can notice the difference between the right and left shoulder just from that little vinyasa we took it on. Notice if the breath feels freer in one lung than the other, right lung, left lung. All right, now taking the left fingertips up towards the ceiling, bending at the elbow, and the left fingertips can either tuck under that left shoulder or, again, swivel the fingers so that this works for you. We're just interested in this feeling like it works for you. And then taking the right hand to the upper part of the elbow, lower part of the upper arm here on the left hand, and circle, circle. So this right hand is doing all the work here. The left arm is along for the ride. It's not trying to give any like help to the right arm circling. It's really along for the ride. It's like one half of you is doing the massage and the other half is receiving. Yeah, or the movement, I should say. All right, so then we're going to reverse this around the circle, same sort of thing. Traction in this upward sweep. You can send your consciousness into the left shoulder blade, the left side body, telling it to relax, the whole left side of the spine of the upper back. All right, now we're going to take it a little further. So we're going to roll on to the right hip as you let the right hand press that left arm up overhead there, and then back to center. Rolling over. Inhaling, exhale back to center. Do that just 2 more times. This is my tight side, so get to, I know on the other side we only did three times, but this side we get 4. Yeah, all right, and then coming back in. Oh, reaching both hands up. Let's shake both hands out. Oh, that felt so good. All right. Interlace your fingers, press the palms all the way up through the sky, right up into the stars here. Really, really open the palms. Imagine the palms growing a little wider from pinky to thumb, a little bit longer from the base of the fingers to the heel of the hand. Wide hands. All right, one more inhale. Exhale, the arms open, 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 shoulder height, palms up. And once again, let the knees drop side to side. And this time, let them go a little further over to the right. Let them go a little further over to the left. A little further over. Good. Come back to center. Grab your strap now. So this is where we'll use it. Coming to the back. Lassoing the right foot. Left foot's on the floor. Extend the right leg out, 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 out. All the way up towards the ceiling. And let it be a gentle stretch in the back of the leg. We're not looking for a lot here. Give feedback through the strap. So you're pulling the strap towards you so the lower leg gets a nice stretch as well. Hold here just for a moment. Let the right side of the low back feed right into the floor. Feed it right into the floor. Sometimes the tendency is if the hamstring is tight that right side of the low back will try to curl off the floor or the hip will resist, but just let it yield. Let it, with this feedback you're giving through the strap, this gentle pull, you're letting the right side of the low back soften and broaden. Good. Now release the strap, placing that right ankle on the left thigh. And you can stay right here, or you can bring the left foot off the floor and just hold. Or you can thread your right arm underneath the right calf, left hand around the shin there, and you're folding in. Whatever position you choose, you should be able to breathe fully. Your breath isn't catching at all. It's a great barometer to make sure that you're okay in a pose, is to like say, okay, can I still breathe? Am I still able to like be cognizant of what I'm doing? It's not like your mental state has left the building because it's too intense. This is a gentle practice. We want to be able to stay present the whole time. Any little movements you'd like to do here, little circles, little swaying. All right, and then releasing both feet to the floor, let the knees drop side to side. Coming back to center. Good. All right, so now we're going to take the strap around this left foot. The left foot reaches up towards the ceiling. And get the strap so it's close to the ball of the foot, or you can even go on the ball of the foot if you can get that leverage okay. And then once you're there, give gentle feedback, pulling the arms towards the earth, or even just let the arms be weighted so that the hands are gripped on your strap, but you have the full weight of the arms pulling into the strap. And then bring your consciousness into the upper part of the left leg, into the hip, the whole gluteal muscle, letting all of that relax and soften so the left side of the low back can just anchor down into the earth while the leg is long and the whole back of it is lengthening. And just give a moment here. It is a magical thing when the low back lets go, when you can feel it say, oh, yeah, and you have relaxed into the pose, and this new opening happens. It's like a whole new room that you didn't know you had. You just move your stuff right in, get comfortable. All right, so one more breath here. And then letting the knee bend in towards your chest, release the strap. Left ankle on the right thigh. You can stay right here, or you can bring the right foot off the floor, or you can draw the right leg in towards the chest. Do any little circles or swaying that would help open the hip a little further. Awesome. All right. And let's release both feet to the floor. Let the knees drop side to side to side. And then rolling right over onto your right side, using the left hand, press into the floor. Come up around into a table on all fours. Letting the knees be hip width apart, hands right under the shoulders. And begin to do your cat and cow, rolling the back up and down. Inhale in one direction. Exhale the other way. Smooth the breath out. This is your time. Smooth it out. If you feel any sticking in the back, any kind of crick anywhere along the spine, feel free to stop and explore. You can do your own little movements here just to loosen things up, keeping the breath smooth. Good. Coming back to center, threading the left hand through the right hand, right knee opening, coming down onto the side of the left shoulder here. The right hand stays on the floor. If you like, you can wag your tail side to side a little, wag the hips. Pressing into the right hand, come back up. And the right hand threads through the left hand, left knee opening onto the side of that right shoulder. And then if you like, Sorry, it's like eating my braid there. We can wag the hips side to side. Back to center. Press into the left hand. Come back up. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees. Bent knee down dog. Let's stay with the bent knee down dog. And then beginning to explore unbending one leg and then unbending the other leg. And then begin to walk the hands and feet towards each other. Coming into a forward bend with bent knees. Letting the head hang. You can let the head swivel side to side. You can let it nod up and down. Oh man, that head, there's a lot of weight there, so your whole neck can get some traction. Make sure the knees are bent. All right, we're going to climb up the legs, bring the hands up to the knees and then up to the thighs as you roll up through the spine. Come up to stand. And once you're all the way up, separate the feet, hands to the hips. Circle those hips around and around and around. Good. Going one way and then the other. Yeah. Come back to center. Bring your hands right underneath the rib cage and just trace the line of your ribs from the center out to the side, from the center out to the side, opening the whole solar plexus. Good. And then bringing your hands right to the solar plexus and give a little circular rub right over the solar plexus. And then go the opposite way. Good. Good. Yeah. And then trace the ribs again, this time with a really flat palm. Just trace the lower ribs. Good. Good. Bring the hands down right up to the hip flexors. So the front of the hips, where, like right where that crease would be if you were to bend your legs. Bring your hands right there and just give a little rub here to the front of the hips. Just a little, we're bringing extra awareness right here to the front of the hips. And then move around to the sides. Just give the sides here a little scrub, like you're washing your hair, but you're washing your hips. Come back around to the front, little scrub, around to the side. Good. All right, so now let the flat palm come to the outsides of the legs and give a little tap, tap, as far down as you can reach, and then back up to the hips. Little tap, tap, down, back up. Come to the front of the thighs, tap, 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 to the front of the hip flexors here. So now we're right on the front of the pelvis, more on the bone than on the soft part, okay? Over here on the side. So tap, 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 tap. And then down the legs, back up. Good. Hands to the hips. Nice circle. Circle. Imagine doing this with absolutely no feelings of pinching or grabbing within the body. You know, there's no like stickiness. Everything has become smooth. Just picture that. It's so smooth. And then go the opposite way. Good. Come back to center. We're going to pivot. So the right toes turn out, left toes turn in. Make your stance a little bit wider. Scooch that front foot out. Bend the right knee right over the ankle. And for this variation, if you want a slight outward turn to this left back foot, that's fine. If you want to keep the toes both pointing in the same direction, again, that's fine too. All right, so just go with the version that feels good here. Take the arms up overhead, reach up through the fingertips. Reach, 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 and then ease off that reach. Soften the elbows so that like the fingers are curling towards you, like you had this big oval ball above your head. I said that, and it brought to mind when I was a kid. Like we used to like have a straw, and it had like this like plastic crap that we put over the end of it, and then you'd blow it and make these big swirly shapes. Like the plastic was different colors. It was the 70s. It was cool. All right, so imagining that. I'm just holding one of those big balls above my head, and I remember they were kind of fragile. Like you couldn't squeeze it too hard or else it would pop. So we have that feeling here above our heads. It's this ball that we're like cradling up above the head. Just cradling it. Reach through the back left heel, lengthen out the left leg. Let the tail drop just ever so slightly so that you found a little more length in your torso. We're not looking to tuck the tailbone. When I say drop, I mean just lengthen through the low back as if you were standing in Tadasana. Lengthen out the front leg now. Let the arms release that big ball. Bring the arms all the way down. Hands to the hips. Begin to tip forward just to a place where you feel a lengthening in the left hamstring. So you might not have to go very far. You might not have to go very far at all. Just tip forward a little. And then come back up. Pivot the feet around. We're going right around to the other side. Crab walk the left foot out to the left just a little bit. Ground through this back right heel. So again, the back right foot can be angled out to the side slightly, or you can pivot so that both toes are pointing in the same direction here. Bend the left knee right over the ankle. Ground through the back heel. So as we bend this left knee, the whole back of the right leg just got longer. The front of the right hip just got a little bit longer here. Let the tailbone drop a little so that we have this length through the torso. Take the arms up and reach. So now we have these long arms. They're straight up. You're reaching, 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 reaching. Front and back ribs are just lifting off the waistline. And then soften a bit. Let the elbows flare a little out to the sides. Remember, you have this big, fragile ball-like thing above your head, like a big oval. Maybe this time it's an egg, but a really light egg. Something that's like super light and airy. Oh, a balloon. Why did it take me so long to think of that? Like a balloon with some helium in it. Oh, yeah. And it's just lifting your arms up, and you're feeling this lightness through the upper body as the back leg grounds, the back heel grounds, front knee bends, lift off the waist. So you have this long torso. Exhale the arms all the way down, hands to the hips. Lengthen out the left leg, and then begin to pivot forward just so you feel a lengthening in the left hamstring. You might not have to go very far at all. Keep flaring your tail feathers behind you so that you have this lift through the pelvis as it pitches forward. We're not leaving it behind. There's no rounding to the back like this. We are lengthening, lengthening. Holding here just for another moment. And then coming back up. Pivot the feet around to the front. So now we have the feet are parallel. And we're going to take a hip circle again. And again, imagine this so smooth. No little catches or anything like that. Did you hear that? I just had the loudest like pop to my hip as it went around. That's great. I love it. All right, so we're going the opposite direction. Smooth, smooth, smooth. All right, now come back to center. Now we're going to use the blocks that I was talking about in the beginning. So for today, we're going to do a triangle with a block tower. So even if you're a person that normally does triangle with your hand easily on the floor, today I invite you to try it this way. Again, it's your practice. So do what you want to do with it. But I'm doing it this way. All right. So we're going to do a block tower so that one block is stacked, it's short end up, and then the other block is stacked so that we have it tall. And we're placing it on the outside of the leg so that when we come over, we're going to let the arms come up. We're reaching out to the right here. As we slide over, your hand can easily come down to the block and ground down. Your right hip is directly under your right rib cage, and it's over the right ankle and foot. The eyes of your knee are pointing in the same direction that your toes are pointing in. Okay? We're going to take the left arm up towards the sky now. Good. So now really imagining the pelvis, the tail, growing off in the same direction that it's pointing in. So the whole torso gets really long here. Ground down with the bottom hand. So you have the weight of the torso essentially being fed into this right hand as the left hand reaches up towards the sky. So whatever hand's on the block, that's the hand that's getting a lot of weight in it. The other hand is reaching up. Lengthen through the torso. So it's a little bit different effect than, well, it's a lot different effect than if you were holding your torso in space here, where you're using core strength. Just for today, we can try it this way. Yeah. All right, we're going to float back up. Exhale the arms down. Good. And then sliding that little block tower over to the other side, turning your left toes out, right toes in. Arms float up. We're going to reach out to the left. Reaching out, reach, reach, reach. And then swiveling. The left hand comes down. Find the length through your torso. And then the right arm floats up. Sink the left shoulder down as the right arm finds more length. So again, the weight through your upper body is getting fed down into these blocks. So ideally, we have the block right under the shoulder as the right fingertips reach up into the sky. Allow the support to be there for you. So the left hand grounds, the right hand reaches up. So you have this feeling of from the center of your chest, one direction is blooming in one direction, blooming down. The other one, up, 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 like a water geyser being shot up into the sky. On your next inhale, float up. Exhale the arms down. Good. Now bringing the block tower around to front. Parallel the feet off, hands to the waist, pitching forward. Bring your hands down to the blocks and just hold here for a moment. Fluff your tail feathers. And then if you find more room, you can dismantle your block tower, deconstructed block tower. It sounds like it could be an art project, right? The deconstructed block tower. So as the backs of your legs open, that's when you go to your next place. Don't force anything with any of these poses. We're not interested in forcing anything. So if you're here in your block tower and it's feeling like, oh, it feels so good, stay there, stay there. You can bend one knee, let the hips shift slightly over, lengthening that opposite leg, and then bend the other knee. Good, and then come back to center. Hands back to the thighs, bend the knees, come back up to stand. Good, heel toe your feet in. And slide the tower away now. We're going to come down to sit, just melting down onto the floor, and then grabbing your bolster. Where are you, bolster? Okay, so grabbing your bolster, or any kind of cushion will do here, really. We're coming into a supported child's pose. So we're going to come onto the heels. The bolster comes between the legs. Hands down as if you're going to come into table, but you're not. You're going to let the whole body drape over the bolster, turning the head to one side. Arms can relax up and around like you're hugging the top of the bolster or even down shoulder height. And just give things a chance to settle and relax. If this doesn't feel like a good option for you, you can come onto your back and hug your knees in towards your chest. Let the whole low back expand from hip to hip. Good. Pressing into the hands right under the shoulders here. We're going to come up. Slide the bolster away here. Coming into a full child's pose now. Forehead coming down onto the mat. Arms reaching out up overhead. Walk the hands over to the left side. Ground through that right heel. And walk the hands over to the right side. Ground through the left sit bone, the left heel. Back to center. Walk the hands in. Come back up to sit. And then work the feet around so they're out in front. And roll down onto your back. So we're going to do a twist with a bolster variation. So you can bring the bolster over to your right side if you like. Place the feet on the floor. Switch the hips over to the left. So I'm talking like the hips go opposite the direction of the bolster. So the bolster is on the right, the hips go to the left. All right. We're going to straighten the right leg out. And then from here, rolling onto the right hip, and you can bring the left knee over on top of the bolster here. So now we've kind of rolled onto the right side. Let the right arm extend out, shoulder height on the floor. The left arm can reach up towards the ceiling. If you have no pain in your back at all, proceed with caution now. We're going to let the left arm start to reach over towards the left side. If you start to notice any pinching or pulling or pain, that's the three P's here. Stop, and then move away from that so that you're not in sensation with this. We just want a little twist to the spine. We don't need the full like arm on the floor experience. Head can look up towards the ceiling, or if your arm is around behind you to the left, you can roll the head to the left as it draws to the right a little bit on the floor, just to straighten the spine out. Take a few breaths here. All right, and then coming back to center with the arm all the way back over onto the right side. Once you're all the way back over on the right side, we're going to roll onto the back. Both feet come to the floor. Switch the hips back to center. Give them a little hug. Both knees get a hug. Good. Now taking the bolster, switching sides over to the left with the bolster. Hip shift to the right. All right, so now here we go. We're going to straighten that left leg out. Right knee comes over towards the left. So with this knee, I neglected to say this on the other side. We try to keep it around hip height. Don't pull it way in towards your chest because that makes the low back start to round. And when we twist for today, we'd like to keep the spine more neutral. So as the leg comes over to the bolster, you can roll right over onto the left side. And then from there, letting the right arm float up towards the ceiling. You can stay right here, just perfectly balanced with the arm reaching up. Or you can take the arm over towards the right. Maybe it'll even find its way to the floor. So the head can draw back towards the left a little and then rotate to the right. Go with the position that feels most sound to you. Again, we've not no pain, pinching. And I forget the third P. But I thought it was so clever when I said it a few minutes ago. All right, so just breathing here. And let's release, coming back up with that right arm all the way over to the left side. Coming onto the back again, rolling onto the back. So good. All right. So then from here, hands under the low back, just for today, because we're just going to visit it for a moment. Take the legs up, like to stretch out here through the heels. Point the feet, and then just flex the toes. You're reaching up through the balls of the feet. Good. Bend the knees back in. Told you, quick visit to inversion land. And then from here, we're coming to Shavasana. If you feel like you want to do any other pose or stretch before coming to Shavasana, feel free. You can pause the video, even pause it and do your own little thing, and then come back on for Shavasana. Since we have the bolster today, you can take advantage of it, sliding it behind your knees, coming onto the back, adjusting your clothing so that you're comfortable, letting the shoulders slide a little bit under the body. Not so much that you're making the chest barrel. You just want a little tuck. Moving around so you feel like you're square on your back. The back feels nice and long. And then letting the head find its way to center. And when you feel comfortable, let the eyes just close. Let's do a few drop away breaths. This is where we drop away from any emotions that are holding us back from our higher self, any physical things we have going on. We're just dropping away from it all. All right, so it's an inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhale, mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhale, mouth. And then just breathing in and out through your nose. Find your own natural rhythm. Soften how you're holding your body. Even softening your perception of your body. How you see it in your mind's eye. Allowing that to become blurred and soft. Relax your feet. Imagining all the muscles in your feet relaxing. Relax your calves. Relax your knees, imagining the knees softening and imagining all the cartilage in the knees all spongy and resilient. Relaxing your thighs and your hamstrings. Feeling the thighs and hamstrings as pliable muscles. Muscles that are capable of doing so many things, but right now they're choosing to rest. Imagining your low back and buttocks relaxing. Imagining your whole belly relaxing, all the organs in your belly. Imagining what it would be like to relax all of them without reservation, all of them relaxing. Relaxing your chest and your rib cage and going deeper into the lungs, relaxing them. And imagining what it would be like to relax your heart so that it functions optimally without any extra stress, just the perfect amount of activity. Imagining the upper back letting go so that there's no pockets of tension. The shoulders softening, the lower neck letting go. Both arms relaxing, both hands relaxing. All the fingers and the thumbs letting go. So imagine relaxing the upper neck where it feeds into the head from underneath your jaw to underneath your ears to underneath the back of the head. Relaxing your face, your mouth, your cheeks, your eyebrows, your forehead, your temples, your scalp. Relax your whole body now. Head, torso, arms, hands, legs, feet. Any pockets of tension dissolving with each exhale. The breath is soft. Feeling that witness part of you that stays conscious to begin to bring a little deeper breath back to the body now. To begin to bring a little movement in wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. Maybe letting the head rock side to side. And then when you're ready, stretching out in a way that feels good to you. Oh, yeah. And then drawing the knees in towards the chest, rolling over onto your right side and pausing here for just a moment, letting everything settle. Let your body find equilibrium. And when you're ready, pressing that left hand into the floor, coming on up to sit. Letting your eyes close. So I'd like to end with a pranayama, with a breathing exercise that'll just help center our beings, right? Help us ground us in after relaxation to bring us a little more fully present. It's easy. We're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, loose fists, draw down. Exhale with a shh. Just like you're telling someone, shh, be quiet, shh. Inhaling back up. And it's a quiet shh, like you would do like a kid that's crying, right? Not a shh, but a shh. Yeah. Inhaling up. And on these next couple, make the shh even quieter. Allowing the full exhale to come before the inhale. Even quieter. Last one. Make it the quietest one, the quietest one. So quiet. The bottom of your exhale, let your hands come to your lap, palms down. Natural breath now. Natural inhale and exhale. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Following the breath with your consciousness. The thoughts, they come, they go. The breath, that's your metronome. Following that, feeling the pulsation within the body from the breath. Good. And now let's draw our practice here to a close with an Om, inhaling. Om. Bringing the palms together, bowing to the light and the shadow in everything. Hari Om, that's it. And bowing to each other. Namaste. So good to practice with you guys today. If you're practicing today and it's beautiful sunny day, if it's, Saturday, go out and enjoy it. It's gorgeous. All right. Signing off. See you next time. Bye.